Hi, it's Scrappy Kathy here with a layout share for Freeze Friday, and of course it's Monday, and I just got so involved with so many of the International Scrapbook Day weekend kinds of activities, and we had a lot going on here at the house too. I'm 3 days late, so I apologize. I'll go through these rather quickly and just kind of tell you what they're for. I've posted many of them. There are videos on some of them, not all. A lot of the iNSD layouts I didn't do. I didn't do videos of. This first one is a for off the board, where I took this pin from Pinterest and put it onto paper, and this is it. I used this acrylic overlay or acetate overlay with the little dots on it instead of the dotty mixed media there. So there is a video there, and it's in the playlist of off the board. So I have all of the layouts that I've done, all the videos I've done for off the board in a playlist if you'd want to access it that way. So that's that one. This one I think there is not a video for. This was for the Secret Not Secret scrap party, and it was a washi tape challenge, and I just kind of did a rainbow of washi tape. I'm going to have to do a little glue there. One of my favorite parts of this is I have a bird with a little envelope here saying hello, and I've got this little Amy Tangerine envelope that opens up, and that's where I have my my journaling. And it actually, I just saw that it has a little little flap to hold it closed. But that one is there. This is one I'm not going to really show you too much. I did this one for a guest design spot for Load, and it's going to it's going to be published on May 11th, and there will be a video Zoom interview. Alice is going to interview me about the subject of this, which was has something to do with the Beatles. So I'm going to just kind of put that aside. The Load this year, or this month, this time, is called Abbey Load, and it's all of the prompts are derived from something to do with the Beatles, a song or an album or a concept. This was a challenge accepted where we did a prompt from the April Creative 2020 published by Vicki Booten, and I did some, it had to be a picture of me and some decoupage, so I decoupaged some strips of silver paper, and the color prompt was silver, black, and one other color, so mine was blue. So this one is a mixed media frenzy, and the sketch I was working from was this. There's kind of a big splotch of color, some horizontal row of circles. My horizontal row of circles kind of got covered up a lot. That's a picture of Katie on the day that we were waiting for her little brother to come home from the hospital that day, and she was like 2, I guess. Here is one that's for my very first Load layout. This was a Scrap Squad lift that I did for Scrap Squad Sunday. It was lift number 16, and it came out last Friday, and I did it for this Sunday. I actually did it on Friday, and it has the song, the Beatles song that we were prompted about was Love Me Do, so I made my title Love, Love Me Do, and I have some of pictures of my husband through the years. The day we were married, a trip to Seattle, our epic road trip where we were kind of winding up. We had made it to Chicago, and this was a recent photo. So I have some perspective umbrellas from Bramble Fox there. This one I did live, kind of while Christina Sorge was doing her layout. It was for a stash bash, a mini stash bash that was part of the iNSD fun over at Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And we needed big letters, and I cut mine out of the other half of the cardstock that I cut here. That's the same photo of Ava, filtered a couple of ways, where she's showing off her new hair. So I kind of like this. This paper right here is from Pink Fresh, and it's a case of the Blas, and it's kind of perfect for teenagers, although she's definitely preteen. This one is the first of several challenges that I did at Bramble Fox Friends. They're put out, I think, 6 lifts, and some of the lifts you had your choice of doing the before or the after or both, and there were 2 different designs where their designers chose other designers to lift. So this one, I loved the different layers. I used Paige Evans' Bloom Street, and this layout worked for the Bramble Fox lift, and also for the Paige Evans, one of Paige Evans' challenges to use the Bloom Street collection. And I have photos of my irises. I absolutely love those. There are other flowers in bloom out there, but these are the ones that I look for every year. I moved those from Texas to the first place we lived in, Georgia, and then dug them up and moved them here, and they've survived and thrived, and I thought this purple camera looked really nice next to that. This was another challenge for the Bramble Fox, and it's a load and a Paige Evans challenge. So I forget, the Paige Evans challenge was to use some mixed media. It was a challenge issued by Missy Whidden, and so what I did here was I used some Bloom Street stamps, and I stamped in different colors of oxide ink, and then I spread the oxide ink on my mat and kind of turned the page over and put it on top so that I had the pink ink here, the orange ink here, the yellow ink here, and there's green, and then it gets to blue or turquoise and then blue, and then we have the purple. And so I kind of kept all those colors. I knew I was going to cover up some, but I'm glad I got these little drips here, and there's a perspective. The song for the load prompt was I Want to Hold Your Hand. So I found this photo, or this drawing of hands holding, and this is a picture of us out on a walk, and we hold hands when we walk in the neighborhood. So that's that page. This one, this is another heavy on the Bloom Street. This was a challenge that Shamel Lane issued at the Paige Evans Happy Scrappy Place iNSD challenges. And the challenge, I thought, was to use Paige Evans stash as well as Shamel stash on the same page. What I didn't notice, what I failed to read and failed to do on this page, was use a Paige Evans cut file. So this mixed media on here is actually what was left. I turned my page kind of at an angle like that, diagonally, across the mat that had these colors for this. I didn't want them to line up in a row like I did here, so I just wanted them to go like that. And I knew I was going to have, I was going to be using this paper. I wasn't quite sure how, but I was planning maybe to fussy cut those and kind of put them around on there, but I kind of like the way this was done. This was another lift from Bramble Fox, and it'll work for that, but I'll have to take it out of the library. This is a perspective that I've been holding on to for way too long, maybe since last spring. But this is a photo of Katie kind of showing how she feels about the kind of senior year she's having. And of course, this is Paige Evans, and this is Shamel, and that's Shamel, and these little kind of combos of dots are all Shamel. And this one is one that I just did this morning. It is another Bramble Fox lift. This was the original with the 3 photos kind of going down like that, and then this had just a huge conglomeration of stars. And I kind of went a little bit different way. I let the mixed media, I let Vicki Booten help me out with the mixed media. I did use some, it had these dots that didn't have a finish on them, and I used some glossy accents on 3 of them just to give them a little different look, a glaze and texture and some shine. I used lots of small perspectives to kind of pick up on the red. This was a paper embellishment that said note, and I glued it on and then used glossy accents on top of it to make it shine and kind of have some dimension. And this is also for load. The load prompt was about, I forget what, I Saw Her Standing There song, and it was, the story was about actually a cover version of that song. So we were supposed to talk about copies versus originals. So I did, this is the original, and these are filtered copies. And so I just added this little line that says, which Ava is the real goofball? She's wearing her brother's helmet from the the Warrior Dash obstacle race, and of course she has it on wrong. She has it on sideways. So anyway, this was fun to do, and I'm getting ready to do, I've copied a few more pages that I have to do in order to, and this is a complete list of challenges. They have to be done by tomorrow morning at 11 U.S. Eastern Time, so I'll be working on those today. And then I'm going to work on some Scrap Squad lifts throughout the month. Shannon and I have chosen 4 Scrap Squad lifts, iNSD lifts, that we're going to do for our Challenge Accepted. And then I have all of these challenges from Paige Evans that I'm going to try to finish, as well as all of the challenges from the Fun Fest from Secret Not Secret. So I have I have a lot on my plate, and I'll be busy in the next couple days. So next Friday's review will be we'll have quite a few layouts as well. These are some of the photos. This was the original photo, and I was just going to use the original, and this is an original, and I'm going to use it along with these two filtered copies. And then I have these photos of my, some things that are in bloom out there, and playing with some settings on my camera. And then this was when Ava had her own kind of little kitchen there. She had her kitchen and her art supplies all together, and she's standing there just so proud because we had just hung some things on the wall, and I had painted a piece of plywood and added a holder there that had a basket that she could have her little boxes that had some of her smaller kitchen supplies. So she was thrilled. That was a happy day. So happy Freeze Friday. Oh, and I did confess that I spent some money. Bramble Fox, who makes these wonderful little things, perspectives, and they're called that because they're made from a type of plastic called Perspex. And they had a sale for International Scrapbook Day. It was 20% off or free shipping, and I get 20% off because I'm a subscriber. The non-subscribers got 15% off. So I couldn't resist it. I'm using so many of them with their challenges for the weekend that I thought I'd need a fresh infusion. And they have quite a few that are related to the kind of the lockdown, pandemic, life as we know it at the moment. So have a good week, stay safe and well, wear masks and gloves, and no matter how much things open up, continue to be careful and considerate. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.